All right, Shalom. There's the brother Mayum coming at you from GMS Tampa Bay. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, and much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth and sincerity. So I just want to do a video here. I'm trying to see how long this goes. See what scriptures pop to mind. There might be more scriptures that pop into mind as I go through the lesson. But, the topic of the week, the flavor of the week is, this marching that IUIC did. Here it is. You got a video from their own channel. The apostles, man. The Lord truly dealing with them, man. But here it is. You got from an IUIC channel. As you can see, it says IUIC events, and this is entitled "Marching to Stop the Violence." And it says the full interview here. Now I'm gonna play a quick snippet of this, and brothers can watch this whole thing. The whole interview if they want to. I'll put the link in the description box. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and share or copy that. But I'm gonna see first. Let me see if this will play. This is all right, kind of. So as you'll hear here, I'm gonna let Nate just go ahead and speak for himself. But as you can hear, he's gonna basically, speak on what the purpose of this march was for. Lord willing, you brothers can hear it.
As if like a rally for stopping the violence. Our people must learn to love one another, like Leviticus, Memphis. So this is as if like a rally for stopping the violence. Our people must learn to love one another, Memphis. So this is as if like a rally for stopping the violence. Our people.
All right, and Lord willing, you brothers can hear it in the video there. But as you can see, it's around a 3-minute mark. So brothers, if you can't hear it, and you can just click on the link in the description box and get to it. And you'll see what he's saying is that we have to learn to stop the violence. Now, with saying that, all right, and as you can see, this video is from an IUIC channel. All right, it says there, the little thumbnail for the picture, it says New York camp. All right, but it says the title of this video is called Marching to Stop the Violence. All right. Now, IUIC is marching to stop the violence. All right, my question is, if you're marching to stop the violence, does that mean you're marching to stop Yahweh Shai? Okay, and if you're marching to stop the violence, does that mean that you don't want the Lord to return? Because, well, I'm just gonna get straight to it, man. Let me get this first here in Matthew's. All right. All right. This is Matthew's, and this is the Lord speaking. This is Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls God, and this is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, who IUIC calls Christ. All right. And if you've seen their videos, you see that they call him Christ. All right. This is him speaking. This is Matthew chapter 10 and verse 34 says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword." Okay? So what does that mean? That means that Yahweh Shai, who IUIC calls Christ, he said that he's not going to come to bring peace. So what the hell is IUIC talking about? What is Nathaniel talking about in that video? When he said we were marching, this is a demonstration to stop the violence. Well, what violence? Because the Lord said that he's coming back with violence. So does that mean that you're marching to stop the Lord from returning? Is that what you guys are doing? Hey, because the Lord is going to destroy this place with violence, man. The Lord said he's coming back with violence, man. He just said it. Let me read that again. Matthew chapter 10 verse 34. And I don't want to hear no excuses, man. This is point blank and period. This would be in the red letters, man. This would be in the red letters. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. So the Lord said he's not coming to send peace. I came not to send peace, but a sword, which a sword is an instrument of death. And if you're bringing a sword, if you're bringing an instrument of death, what entails that? That means that there's going to be violence. It's going to be violence occurring. Because if you're killing someone, that's a violent event. Okay? But let me keep reading. It says, for I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. Okay, and one of the parts in the interview that Nate was talking about, that they're trying to bring Israelites together, so they can be as one, to be unified, so that they can be, family come together. But the Lord said he came to bring a sword, and he came to bring a variance against the family, basically. Okay, he says, for I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Okay, so what's Nate doing, man? Does this mean that he doesn't want Yahushua to return, who he calls Christ? Is that what he's saying? Because that's what it sounds like. All right, let me pull the video back up. What does it say? It says he's marching to stop the violence, right? And as you can see,
we must learn to love one another, like Leviticus 19.
See what he said? We must learn to love one another, which is true. But these last days, it ain't gonna be no love, man. Matter of fact, let me get that. All right, because Nate must not know the scriptures, man. If he's talking about this and that, man, talking about we must stop the violence. Oh, it's a lot. All right, Nate said we must learn to love one another, right? Let me see where it's at here. All right, this is Matthew chapter 24 and verse well, shit, it's a lot. The Spirit just landed this beautifully. Let me just read verse 11. Matthew chapter 24, verse 11. And many false prophets shall arise and shall deceive many. And that's beautiful because that's what this is right here. You marching to stop the violence, you deceiving the people. Because the Lord, Yahushua, who Nate is calling Christ, okay, and who the rest of the world is calling Jesus Christ, he said he's coming to bring violence, man. He's coming to bring the sword. All right, so, and this is what Yahushua, who the world only calls Christ, this is what he says is going to be coming up in the last days, man. All right, and you can read this whole chapter and see that this is talking about those last days. This is Matthew 24, and let me start at I'm gonna start at verse 3. Okay, this is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 3, and it says, as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciple, and who is that he? That's talking about Yahushua, who the world only calls Jesus Christ. It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, what shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? And Yahushua, as you can see, it says Jesus, but we know that's not his name in the Hebrew. Okay, that's a Greek name. It says, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So there it is. You got wars and rumors of wars. All right, and just the fact of wars, that's a violent thing, man. You got people killing each other. But what does it say? It says, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So we're hearing of wars and rumors of wars, man, before the end of time, man, before the Lord. And when I say the end of time, I mean that before the time that the Lord returns back, man, before he resurrects. Okay, before he comes back to bring, like he said in Matthew chapter 10, a sword. Okay, it says, verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And these are the beginning of sorrows. This doesn't sound like the violence is going to be stopped. So what the fuck is Nate talking about, man? What is IUIC doing, man? All right, let me keep reading. Verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake, man. And obviously, Nate and them, all right, they're not being hated for what they, matter of fact, they were being praised for doing this march, man. Because why? They're not coming in the spirit of Yahushua. They're not coming in the spirit of who they call Christ. Because what did Christ say? He's coming to bring not peace, but a sword. And these guys are trying to bring peace. That's not the spirit of Yahushua. That's why the world is accepting this. Look, here it is. You got in this third link right here, it says IUIC's Memphis March was a power move. Why are y'all hating? We hating because that's not the spirit of Yahushua, man. You coon ass nigga. All right. Look, here it is. The first video appear Hebrews in the hood. Fucking shout out to IUIC. That visual was powerful. Hey, y'all, you people are hey, you people are blinded, man. You people are truly blinded. The Lord said he's coming back to bring vengeance, man. And look at this. It says, and then they shall deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you. That doesn't sound like the peace stopped, man. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. That doesn't mean that doesn't sound like all is love, man. Verse 10, and then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall arise and shall deceive many. And these people are deceived by this, man. Look at all these videos, man. You got this first one. Shout out to IUIC. That visual was powerful. You got 3,000 views. 3,000 views that got deceived. You got IUIC's Memphis March was a power move. Why are y'all hating? You got 6.2 thousand views. All right, 6,200 views on that. Okay, people that just are being confused, man. And look how many this video got. 4.4 thousand. 4,400, man. Okay. These are people that are being deceived by who? By these false prophets that you're looking at on the screen here in the purple and gold, man. Those are false prophets because they're not coming in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They're not coming in the spirit of who you call Christ. I just read to you in Matthew 10 that he said, I am not come to bring peace. I have come to bring a sword. Roughly paraphrasing. And here it is. We're reading in Matthew 24 what Yahushua, with the Lord, who the world calls Jesus Christ, what he said is coming in the last days, man. All right, so let me keep reading. Verse 12, and this is the point I want to get at, because Nathaniel here in this video, he just said that. Let me play it again. Oh crap! See, there goes that buffoon. All right, Salakia. Let me get this. Dang it, man.
Well, Jessica, the name of the event was "The Violence Must Stop," and that's it.
So look. All right, this is the channel. Let me just get this. Here it is.
If you love
all right,
Memphis, so this is as if like a rally for stopping the violence. Our people must learn to love one another.
Stopping the violence. He said, our people, we need to learn to love one another, man. Okay, so let's get back in the scriptures. Verse 12, Matthew 24 and verse 12, and says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So what is Nate talking about, man? That we need to learn to love one another, man. The Lord said that the love of many shall wax cold. So what is this guy talking about, man? Hey, what he's basically telling you people is that he doesn't want the Lord to return, man. He don't want the Lord to return because the Lord's going to come and bring a sword, man. The Lord is coming to bring violence. The Lord is coming to bring utter destruction, man. Okay? Hey, man, you people, and let me skip on down. It says, this is verse 21. It says, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. And except those days shall be shortened. All right. But basically the point being there in verse 21, it says, and then shall be great tribulation, man, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. And that's what's coming to the world, man. Not peace, man. Not peace. Violence is coming to this world, man.